Sometimes when I start to make a video, I'm kind of like, what am I doing? This morning, Three Dog Night keeps playing in my head. Well, I'm not scared of dying, and I don't really care. If there's peace that's found in dying, well then, let the time be near. Why does that remind me of a Western movie? I had a lot of dreams last night about aging and dying. I was on this bus with a bunch of old people. Like I was younger. Or maybe it wasn't really me. Ever have one of those dreams? You're not really sure if that's you or not, but it seems to be. I think Minivan Lee was doing an exercise class. It was the strangest dream I think I've ever had. Well, anyway, it's just all about nursing homes and having to sign papers and get, like a, what do they call it? I had to do them myself with Dennis. What are they called? Oh, never mind. That attorney stuff so that someone could take care of your business if you lose your mind, for instance, or you're incapacitated or not able to think clear. I don't know. It all so strange. Strange dream, right? Yeah. I don't know what to talk about anymore. I feel like I'm talking about the same stuff over and over again. Last night it was kind of like, or was it yesterday? I was thinking about poverty. I think about that one a lot. And I was watching this guy's videos and what he's saying about, you always got to start. I don't know. Do I even care? Variable expenses. Where do you begin? Where do I begin? Where do you end? What's in the middle? What's it all about, Alfie? So here I sit, knowing I have to take on another room, and I don't wanna, but I'm gonna. Watching my kids move is inspiration to downsize. Yes, downsize. I also have to attack those boxes that are sitting outside under my carport. I got big plastic Tupperwares, that's what we call them. Storage bins, if you'd like to call them. Usually the 18 gallon, good size, We always use those in our antique business. Pack those up to the extent that we could pack things. And then Dennis would just shove everything else in. Kind of like Tetris. Ever play that game? Only imagine your blocks don't have straight sides. Tetris, Dennis. Antiques, vans, Wells cargo trailers. And here I am thinking of going in that direction again. What is this video going to be about? I don't have a clue. I hope the garbage guy took my garbage this time. Somehow or other, my can got left behind with garbage still in it on Thursday morning. I put out Wednesday night, right? Well, I just heard them go by, and I am extremely hopeful that I will have an empty garbage can this time because this is Florida. It's hot and humid. Thank God I don't use meat products. It could get nasty. Meat products. I gotta go grocery shopping in the near future. I really don't want to go grocery shopping, but I know I have to. Why do I have to? There's a lot of tall grass out there. I wonder if I could cook it up like spinach. Wouldn't that be nice? You just go outside and pick your food right off of the... I guess you could do that if you homestead. I thought about homesteading a lot, We went all the way to Alaska because I was looking to be born free and life is worth living. Dennis would have left me all alone out there. Like, I gotta go to work now. That was him, you know. I'd be like, no, you're not leaving me out here with the bears and what have you out here. Dennis. He just wanted to go on a road trip. I think he just took me. He was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Road trip. Man, what a bunch of crazies. Did I ever tell you about my pregnancy with Bonnie? I'm afraid to. People like Fun D running around loose out there, you know. God knows I'll probably call the authorities, even though she's 23 now. Bonnie. Oh my. I don't know. I went through this phase, right? I went through this anarchy phase, and I didn't want anyone touching me during my pregnancy with Bonnie. I wouldn't go to a doctor. Nope. So my whole pregnancy was me, Dennis, 3 kids, a hamster, a ferret, and a lovebird roaming the United States of America. Well, you see, we'd given up our place in Florida, and we had planned to head out to, where the hell were we going? Idaho. I bought land out there. I was going to be a mountain woman. Because we'd already done the Alaska trip, right? And, you know, come to find that there isn't really wilderness, because we have things like helicopters and ATVs and snowmobiles, and there's just no place that's like untouched by man. I don't even think the Arctic is untouched. Go figure. So we'd bought this. We settled on a piece of land in Idaho rather than Alaska. Alaska wouldn't have been good. I probably would have killed Dennis in my, dark months. I don't do well without light. I get very depressed. Alaska was a really bad idea. But boy, was it fun. Vancouver and British Columbia. Oh my God, British Columbia is like stark, ravingly gorgeous. Gorgeous. Love to go there again someday, but I'm not going to take a COVID vaccination in order to do that. So, may never see it again. May never travel to Europe again. I've thought about maybe like El Key. Let me reverse myself. It is in Chile. It is not in Costa Rica. El Key is down on a little peninsula in Chile. It's kind of like midway, not quite to the Patagonia. It's damp though. I don't do good in damp. So it like has an average winter temperature of 40 degrees. I don't do good in 40 degrees either. No, once 40 degrees, dampness and chill air comes, I'm pretty much immobilized. I gotta be careful of those things. So yeah, and I have no idea what condition it would leave me in where I'm so much worse than back 6-7 years ago, when I knew when the October winds blew in Maine, I was in trouble. Now, I'm already in trouble, so where would that leave me? But that's beside the point. Where was I? Idaho, yes. And so I said to Dennis, I want to go to my land in Idaho. I just want to settle down. I was going to have a baby after that horrible accident and the incident at Sullivan's Bar. It's no longer there. We probably closed it down. We stopped going. Anyway, so I got in that car accident when we were heading out to Idaho, and no one was going to stop me from going out there. Like the crazy person that I was, and probably still am, sorry, I said, I can walk. We're going to Idaho. What the heck was I thinking? Well, we did about a year in Idaho, and rented this place down in a little town called Sandpoint. Oh my God. Pend Oreille Lake. Oh, paradise. Almost paradise. I made it. Yeah, paradise. I want to see Pend Oreille again. Damn. And then there's this peninsula, Hope Peninsula. You could drive this bridge out. It's just this bridge suspended over water, and it's kind of like, I'm scared, but I'm going. We once went out there and actually stayed in the Hope Peninsula. We were, familiar with that area. We'd been out there several times before. We were always going somewhere. Yeah. I got the pictures to prove it. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, being pregnant with Bonnie, right. I got back there. Yeah, I didn't want a doctor. So I didn't have, I figured, it was like, this is my 4th kid. I know what pregnancy feels like. I know if something's wrong. Well, for some reason or other, when we got to, where the heck were we? Laughlin, Nevada. We were going to go do Quartsite because we'd heard from all these dealers, Quartsite. What a hellhole. I'm sorry. Let me just put it plain. It was windy that day, right? Maybe the ground had been disturbed, but it was like being sand blasted, okay? Sand blasted. I said to Dennis, our stuff will be destroyed. I'm not putting our beautiful antiques out with this frickin' sandstorm going on. What's our trucks going to look like? What are we going to look like? What is our stuff going to look like? You couldn't control it, not with a tent, not with anything. It was just sand everywhere. I think you get my gist. Well, one good thing came out of going to Quartsite. So we were going to, we were looking at this particular field, and Dennis went into the, it was like a little trailer office, but no one was in there. Door was open, no one was in there. And Dennis always was very observant. I never was, but he was. And he saw these coupons sitting on top of the counter. Coupons for this hotel in Laughlin and the buffet. And so he took them. Like almost all of them. Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. And I had the most luxurious pregnancy. So Sunday through Thursday, I got to stay in a casino hotel. It was $7 a night. We'd get a room, and the kids got a room. And, side by side, and there was a door in between in case they needed us. And then we'd eat twice a day. The buffets were $11 for the entire family because we had the coupons. Buy one, get one. And the littlest one was free. So, yeah, life was good. I think we stayed out there several months. And then, and Dennis would take the wares, because we had our stuff with us, and he'd go down to Los Angeles or wherever a show was, and he'd go selling. Then they'd come back. I'd be with the kids. We also had a little Shasta camper. Hey, did I ever show you that picture? I think I showed you that picture. Should I show you that picture again? Where is that picture? I don't know. But anyway, my Shasta camper. Is it in here somewhere? I keep pictures by my table side. They're all of Dennis. No, the Shasta isn't there anyway, trust me. It's in one of these videos somewhere. So, Friday and Saturday, we'd stay in the parking lot in the Shasta. Back then, there weren't any regulations. You just stayed, you know. The people were so cool in that they were all in RVs and stuff, and we had a hell of a party. What was it, New Year's Eve? Yeah. Just had a really grand old time. Got to know everybody, you know, and nobody cared that I was pregnant out to, you know, there. And anyway, so we were talking about, hey, you know, I'm going to have this baby sometime probably in February, and it was January, and I was like, we need to find a place to have a baby. So found these midwives in L.A., too much for the man. Were they in L.A.? Well, they were somewhere anyway, and so we weren't far from somewhere. Where was it? I don't know. We went there and talked to these midwives, and they did an ultrasound, and they were going to birth my baby in their birthing rooms, right? And cool. It was affordable. We had enough money. Dennis was doing the shows. And they found that the baby was facing my back, and at this stage in time, it wasn't good. It was going to cause problems when the baby came down, you know, into the birth canal. So I had a shoulder dystocia history, and that's just not good. And yeah, so I said I really would rather continue on to Idaho. You know, one day I just get in my mind, let's go try to find a place. So we made some phone calls. We were able to find a place, and then I needed a midwife. No midwife there wanted to touch me. No. You've had no prenatal care? I have an ultrasound. Baby's facing the wrong way. They were very interested after that. No, I'm sorry. You'll have to call somebody else. So I called these people I knew that had a ton of kids and had them all at home. And they said, hey, this one said no, and that one said no, and the other one said no. Do you know anybody else? And she said, yes, I do know a woman. I never had her as a midwife, but she's very, very affordable, $500. And I gotta tell you, $500 for home birth was cheap back then, like a third of the price. So I gave her a call and I told her my situation, and she said, oh, that doesn't bother me. She said, I never had prenatal care with any of mine. She birthed her own babies. I was like, how did you do that? She must have been mega focused. Well, they never had any money, so she birthed her own. She loved her kids. She wanted kids. They were her best friends. They were her life, you know? So she had like 6 or 7 of them. Could you imagine birthing your own baby? I said, how'd you? She says, I just caught it. She was my kind of person. So, yeah. So I gave her, we went to Idaho, we moved into that place. It's a great little place right on the river. Oh man, talk about peace and serenity. Good times. Good times. So I had my baby at home. It was a very harrowing birth. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for the neighbor downstairs. I was screaming. That had to be the most painful thing I ever been through. And it wasn't just the fact that it was the birth. I kept telling her something's seriously wrong. I have never had stabbing pain like this. No, you're fine. Push through it. I said, no, you don't understand. As a matter of fact, I can make a video about my labor because Bonnie liked the story so much that I have to make a separate one just for her. So I'm probably going to be doing that. So, you know, don't mind if it's repetitious. I'm not going to go into that part because I want to do that just for Bonnie, right? So, what was this video about? Oh, hell, I don't know. Let's just keep going, shall we? So I had my baby, but her arm got broken because she got stuck in the birth canal. And She literally, she died. She had aspirated, I guess, meconium, which is poop. And she wasn't blue like babies are supposed to be. She came out all white. I always thought of her akin to a little white rose, but her little lips were still pink. She was a beautiful baby. I mean, like ethereal beauty, you know? Not white like in pasty, but kind of a little glowing white. And so the midwife, I start crying. The midwife's like giving her CPR. God, she was a good midwife. Damn. She was a wreck. Oh, God bless her. $500. I wouldn't have done that for $500. And Bonnie came to life. My poor daughter Rachel was there. No wonder she never wanted kids. She was there, and she said it was kind of like The Exorcist. She said, "Oh, Mom, all this brown goo just came catapulting out of Bonnie," and wow. And Bonnie lived. Yep, but her arm got broken. Right about there. Because, you know, the midwife, she said, "Nikki, I couldn't get my little finger in there. There was no room for anything." So Bonnie was jammed in, you know, her shoulders. And so in her attempt to get her out, she heard the bone crack. Well, immediately, Sandy took baby Bonnie to the local hospital, and they just said, you know, take a little t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, and pin it, you know. So I did that, and oh my life, my little Bonnie. I hadn't had a baby in a long time. It had been 10 years, and it was like starting from the beginning. I was so nervous about doing everything, and oh my. Sandy was instrumental. Oh my God, I'd call her for everything. And she was always had great hints about everything. Great woman. Someday I'm going back to Idaho and I'm going to go see her. Yeah. Well, that was that. And I don't know how the hell I got onto that from... Where was I? First I was dying on a bus, and then there was Minivan Lee giving exercise classes, and I don't know. I don't... Somebody's on the neighbor's roof. Okay, why not? I guess that's it. 23 minutes and I'm done talking. Hopefully the neighbor doesn't fall off their roof. You don't see that very often up here. I think they have a hose. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm doing today. It's Monday. Oh, it's a holiday, yes. It's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Woo! And remember somebody. I sent a message to my guru who is now in Idaho, as a matter of fact, and thanked him for his service. And he said it was my profound pleasure. He's such a sweetie. He's suffering from COPD. He's in his 80s, and he doesn't seem to be doing very well. He can't talk very long on the phone. He can't even text me barely anymore. So, yeah, that's life, isn't it? We come and we go. So, yeah, life is precious and very worth going through. Despite all the sorrows, the hardships, the misfortunes, I still think that life is grand. Just for today, guys. Just for today. And for any of you going through hard times, you're going to get through it. We all do. You might not come out completely unscathed because suffering does a job on us, doesn't it? But know that there's a bright new day coming. Just like the spring when all the little crocuses pop up and suddenly there's daffodils and, you know, life is really beautiful. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad you're here. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Bye.